Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys Daily Deals with Tim, where I talk about the latest news and deals on cryptocurrency, all for you guys. And before I begin, this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. Now today, I want to bring you guys top 3 tips for securing your cryptocurrency. Now, whether you have good security measures for your crypto portfolio, your bags, this will be a good reminder for those who have been continuing to do so, and for new investors and newcomers, or possibly people just getting into the space. This will be a great 3 tips for you guys to keep in mind of, because cryptocurrencies can be easily sent and received. So it is easy for hackers and scammers to scam you guys through unconventional ways, usually pretty conventional, but I'm going to tell you guys top 3 tips for securing your cryptocurrency. And always remember, within just a click of a button, you could lose your funds. You'll always have to be careful and just be watchful out there. So let's go into number 1. Number 1, don't give out your information. Now this is a very popular way for people to lose their money to scammers and to hackers out there, because once you release your information to other people and to scammers, they have access to your accounts, your wallet, your funds. So you don't want to put out any information out there. Yeah, I don't know any instances where you have to put your information out there, unless it's for like KYC and AML laws for airdrops. But I would say even airdrops they could be scammy too, because you don't know the project sometimes, and in general you don't want to give out your information anywhere. So first of all, don't share your private keys or your JSON files. Now, private keys are the keys to your funds. So if you share that anywhere in the internet, people have access to your funds. So you never want to share your private keys. Now, JSON files is kind of like private keys, except that they could have password encrypted to the file. But still, JSON files are pretty much similar to private keys in that they give you access with the password encryption. So you don't want to share that anywhere in the internet. If someone says, claim this coin if you put in your private key here, it's a scam. Please don't fall for those scams. Also, keep all your exchange and account information secure. Now, a good way to do that is use a different account for each exchange or each website, but at the same time, you want to be efficient in the sense that you don't want to forget your own account. So make a compromise of that, but you don't want to put out your account or exchange information anywhere, as exchanges are central entities and people could hack exchanges and so forth. So you got to be careful. This is another popular way for hackers and attackers to access your funds, because once they take your funds out of the exchange, it's really hard to get them back. There is a possibility, but the exchanges mostly are very slow to respond, and the support it's known for their poor quality. So you got to be careful. Keep your exchange information and account information secure, and don't put them out into the internet. Now lastly, secure your phone number. Now this one, people might not know, but your phone might contain a lot of information pertaining to your portfolio, your private keys, JSON file, exchange information. So your phone is very vulnerable, and if you give out your phone number to people on the internet, they might use that to attack you. Now how they do it is that they call your phone company and says that, oh, I just changed my phone. Can you link my phone number to another device? And they might be all across the globe, in maybe Russia, maybe China, maybe India, wherever they are. And the phone company will sometimes not even ask for verification and say, okay, what is your name? And then just give basic information and change it. So you gotta be careful. If you give out your phone number to anyone in the internet, especially in the crypto space, they can use that to their advantage and gain access to your second two-factor authenticator or your exchange information by saying, by clicking, I forgot my password or information on this exchange, and that would give you a reminder to your phone. And if they have the link, or if they have the phone linked to their own phone, they could change the information. So you gotta be careful with your phone number too. So for your information, these three things: private keys, your exchange information, and your phone numbers. Keep them secure within your own hands and don't give them out on the internet. Preferably just within your families or your local friends. But to people on the internet, they can be scammers and hackers, especially in cryptocurrency space where it's so easy to be scammed or hacked. Gotta be careful. So that's the number one tip for securing your cryptocurrency. If you keep your information out of the internet or out of the cryptocurrency space, that will it's a strong tip for securing your funds. Now, as for the second tip, use a hardware wallet. Now, what is a hardware wallet? A lot of you will probably know, but it's an option to store your cryptocurrency funds using these hardware wallets. Now, these are basically, they're like keys. They're keys to your funds. But one reason that they are one of the best ways to store cryptocurrency is that they don't put your private key at stake. Because just by using the button, the actual physical button on the hardware wallet, that will use your private key to access your funds. So for other wallets, you might need to gain access to it by using private key or JSON file. However, with these hardware wallets, you have to actually physically press those buttons to gain access to your funds. So that removes the possibility of being hacked by using your private keys or your JSON files. So TLDR, hardware wallets are one of the best ways to store cryptocurrency, and I will highly recommend you guys to use them. Because if you use, let's say, your wallet on your phone or wallet on your desktop, those are more prone to hacks and scams. So a lot of people are using hardware wallets, and two of the most popular ones are Ledger Nano S, coming from the Ledger company, and Trezor. So those are popular options, and they're popular for a reason, because I believe none of those companies or none of those devices have been hacked yet. Now, recently there has been some people coming out saying that there is a way to hack into these devices. However, the way to hack these devices is very advanced, and people would need either a physical grab of your device. They would need to alter the chips and go into very specific details. So these devices are not hack proof. They're not 100% secure, but I believe they're probably 99.9% secure, as long as you don't give it out to people who knows cryptography and very advanced coding. Keeping within your hands, safe, hidden. I believe these are one of the best ways to store the cryptocurrency. So if you guys don't have a hardware wallet, I would highly recommend you guys to get one of those or even both of those, because you don't want to keep all your funds in one wallet as well. So you're gonna want to kind of distribute it among several hardware wallets if possible. That will be the best case scenario. But I have links below for purchasing Ledger Nano S and Trezor, and you guys can use that to purchase it, and that will help my channel as well. So moving on to the third tip, keep your information offline. Now, kind of relating to the first tip, you don't give out your information, but also you have to store your information somewhere. So with the way you keep your information is the best way to keep your information, store them offline. By offline, What I personally do is I use a USB and keep it safe offline, because USBs, you can't access them unless you physically use it. So as long as you keep your USB, the information in there should be secure. Now, put them out of plain sight. Hide them somewhere that no one can see, so that only you have access to it. So if you want to store your information, sometimes you can just memorize it in your head, and that will be probably the best way to do it. But using a USB and keeping it offline will be a good option as well. Now, using paper and pen to write it down. Sometimes paper and pen is the most useful way, because it doesn't even use a USB. So you have to physically see the information to write it or to access it. So using paper and pen might be a good way to keep your information offline. I know that some people use actual paper and write down their backup codes and information. I think the Winklevoss brothers, they wrote down their private keys, they cut it up, and they store it in like a couple different deposit boxes, which is crazy. If you want to do that, you can, but I think just writing it down and keeping it in a safe place might be best option for most people. And again, store it away from plain sight, because you don't want people walking around your office or your workplace or your home seeing these papers or USBs and stealing it. So, but at the same time, you shouldn't be having these information in your workplaces. So keep it in your homes, keep it safe away from dangers from other people stealing it, or from like natural hazards like maybe spilling water or coffee on it. Gotta be careful. So keep it away from plain sight, away from dangers, and keep it safe within your own hands. So those are the top 3 tips for securing your cryptocurrencies. First of all, don't give out your information in the internet, or especially in crypto spaces. Second, use a hardware wallet. I would recommend either Ledger Nano S or Trezor, as those are one of the best ways to store cryptocurrencies. And 3, keep your information offline. Either use a USB offline or paper and pen, and keep it away from plain sight. So those are the top 3 tips coming from me. I personally use all these tips, and personally I have never been hacked. There was a close instance, but I'm keeping my funds secure. And again, I tell you guys, cryptocurrencies is one of the best innovation and technology out there, because you can send your funds globally, instantaneously, within seconds, but also you can be hacked and attacked, and your funds can be gone in an instant as well. So you gotta use these secure measures to keep your funds safe. So I would highly recommend you guys to follow these tips, and also reevaluate yourselves, saying, am I using secure measures to store my cryptocurrency funds? Because that might be one of the most important things for you guys going into the future, especially if you guys are long-term hodlers, as I am. I want to keep it as secure as possible. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this kind of content, like this video, comment below, and smash the subscribe button. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, check out the links below, and I'll really appreciate that. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.